Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 2 here on Lapis Lakeside, once again trying to hunt down a Ralts or a Stuffle or a Dratini. And we're going to start off with 16,246 sneaky snacking. Very nice compared to what we were getting last week, which does make sense based on the team we had set up in yesterday's video. We're also going to get 5 apples, and I believe that puts us into Grade 1, I think. Yes, Grade 1. Not bad for a Tuesday here on Lapis. And that said, before I get into this, we are going to be going over the Vulpix and Ninetails details later on in the video, so I will let you know before we start that if you don't want to know, if you don't want them spoiled for you, so that you can go ahead and bow out before we get into that. But first, we're going to get 100 sleep points, and that'll put us at 7,167, and we can grab our daily lottery, which is going to be... my bag is full. Go me. Well, I guess we know what time it is then. Time to expand that items pocket. Just got 500 diamonds and now I gotta spend 120 of them again. Let's go ahead and grab our daily lottery, and it's gonna be a Poke Biscuit. Very nice. That is exactly what we want with the events that are coming up next month. I was gonna say this month, but this month's almost over. All right, well, let's jump into this sleep report. Oh, missed the button. There we go. How do you miss the button while looking at it? Go me. Anyway, session 276, we have 9 hours, 55 minutes of sleep with 13% dozing, 30% snoozing, and 57% slumbering. So that is a lot of slumbering, and yet still we got dozing. Interesting. Well, that's all right. We are going to get probably about 12 million would be nice. No, not quite. Not even 10. 9.2 million. 9.2 million, 5 spawns, one of them a 3-star. That's surprising. Mankey, of course. And let's see. Hopefully something useful. I debated on using there we go, there's that Dratini. I was gonna say I debated on using that Dratini incense, but I held off just in case we got a Dratini naturally, and it looks like that was the right call, because the last thing I'd want is to not be able to catch one just because of that. But I don't know, that may not be the right way to think about it. I may have just thought about it from a poor perspective. But at least we did get a Dratini. It is hungry? No, it is not hungry. But Dratini is what we're here for. Bulbasaur is also nice, but Dratini is the primary focus. So let's see what we can do about this. With any luck, we'll get a big hit and we won't have to worry about it. Nope, only +3. Well, that's all right. We do have some extra biscuits. I don't want to just throw biscuits away like crazy this week. I think 25 is going to be my bare minimum unless something just absolutely necessary pops up. If I find something that we just absolutely have to have and cannot pass up, I'll use some more biscuits, but I think I'm going to try to stay at 25. With that said, that means we are done catching for today, but that's good. At least we got something we were looking for. Hopefully it turns out worthwhile. Of course, going to send out the Dratini candy. It is a pseudo-legendary. People need tons of those candies. And we're going to pick up 398 research XP. Not quite enough to level up. And 1,005 dream shards. And then let's see. We have us a beautiful little Dratini. Level 13 in Rash. Okay, I do know Rash. That's ingredient finding up and main skill chance down, which is not the best. But a good skill trigger could help. We've got double herb and oil. That is very unfortunate. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay. Well. Berry finding at level 10. Oh, I didn't even notice that it was 2 berries. Berry finding S, ingredient finder M. Okay. Not terrible, I suppose. Inventory up M. That doubled up on that's not really helpful. Helping speed S. That is not good. rash. Yep, ingredient finding up, main skill chance down. All my best ingredient gatherers seem to have that ability, so that is unfortunate. I think this one will still be good because of the nature, but I don't think it's going to be super great. Berry finding is not exactly what we want to see, but so far it is better than the others we have. It's just a question of, is it worth investing in without helping speed up front? And it would take a lot just to get it to level 25 anyway. And around level 25, we'd want to evolve it. I forget exactly what level it evolves. It might be 27, 24 maybe. But I don't know. It would take a lot to get it there. And it doesn't have what we want. Ultimately, now that I think about it, it doesn't have the ingredients that we want. So it really doesn't matter. I definitely don't want to see oil on a Dratini. Personally, I am looking for herbs, corn, and corn on a Dratini. Yeah. I mean, this one's not... We might keep this one anyway. If there ever is a dish that has herbs and oils, which may happen, they may add a dish with those two in it. Actually, I think a slowpoke tail salad might have that now that I think about it. It's definitely herbs and tails, but I can't remember if oil's in there too. I mean, it is a 93 on the PR scale. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. It's not bad though. It's not bad. I definitely think we're gonna keep it. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. And if there ever comes a time where we can use it, I'd rather have it and not have to worry about it. It does say PR 93, but I don't think that's quite accurate, especially since we have double inventory up. That is unfortunate. But total strength, it should be also pretty high because of that berry finding. So this is a good, what I call hybrid Pokemon that's both good for berries. It does a little bit of both. It's not really a specialist in the traditional sense where it really just focuses on one or the other. It can be used for either or. So this is a pretty solid hybrid. Actually kind of surprised that ingredient finder doesn't. Well, no, it is total strength, which does take into account ingredients as well. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I'm gonna keep it. I think I've already said I'm gonna keep it maybe once or twice, but I'm gonna keep that one. And yeah, we'll just move on and we'll save that for the day when it does become useful, because I'm sure it will eventually. The only bad thing about that one is the main skill chance down, because we do want skill triggers on Dratini so it can recharge its own energy. But hopefully by then we have a Gardevoir that can help make up for that. Another 280 sneaky snacking. Of course, we have some new news, as we always do right after maintenance, the update contents. So let's see, for the new features, we have the preparation for new events, which we already know about a couple of them. Addition of a new item, fire type candy. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be out so soon. For some reason, I was thinking it wouldn't be until we got Fire Week, but yeah, fire type candy. Using a fire type candy on a fire type Pokemon, either from your bag's item pocket or from the Pokemon detail screen, will exchange it for that Pokemon's candy. So essentially a handy candy just for only fire types. The new relaxing sound Waves is now in the game. Game contents. We now have partial adjustment to help our Pokemon's energy recovery from cooking. The following change will be made to the energy recovery of helper Pokemon who already have 100 or more energy. They will now get at least 1 energy regardless of how much energy they currently have. We'll probably see that here in a minute if we get a good skill trigger on Victory Bell. And then adjustments to which Pokemon appear in some areas, which this is nice. I like this, that things are changing as far as what we see at different islands. So throughout the game, as they change other things down the road, it gives us reasons to go back to some older islands that maybe we have already completed or don't really see much value in. But for Greengrass Isle, they are adding Vaporeon, Flareon, Bayleaf, Meganium, Quilava, Typhlosion, Croconaw, Feraligatr, Espeon, Umbreon, and Glaceon. So I believe that's all of the evolutions that are now available on Greengrass, because I'm pretty sure, I don't remember for sure if Sylveon was available there, but if not Sylveon, it's all of them other than that one. But it may be all of them. I just can't recall off the top of my head. I think Sylveon was there, but I always double guess and, you know, worry, and then I just end up, you know, I'm not sure, man. But anyway, Taupalo also is getting Arcanine, Quilava, Typhlosion, and Houndoom, which Houndoom is very good. That'll be a nice one to have. Unfortunately, not fire type, it is dark type, but good to know that we can find it. All right, so that is the update contents. Very good stuff. And for our community reports, we have some more very good stuff, about 45 of them. Hey, there we go. Finally got one right. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 that doubled up. Very nice. Good. Good, good. Hey, and we have a shiny level up. 2 shiny level ups. There we go. Good for 3 small ingredient tickets. I will take that. Very, very nice. Very nice. All right. Now let's collect from our helpers. Good. Skill trigger there with your rash nature. Very nice. Some tails in there as well. Good pot filler stuff. I did accidentally collect a little bit from one of the primates, and I don't know which one it was. So I'm just going to click on them both because there may be, but there's not a skill trigger. Skill trigger there is also very nice. We only got 1 yesterday, but maintenance kind of got in the way of that. We may have gotten 2 if we didn't have that get in the way. Victory Bell, I do want you to trigger because I want to see it in action. Perfect. 21 energy and a lot of potatoes and tomatoes. So let's double check. That should mean that Victory Bell is over 100 energy currently. Yes, 108. Cool. So now when we have breakfast, we should still see 1 energy given to Victory Bell. Choose a recipe. Dream Eater Butter Curry. I would like to make that Inferno Curry, but that's going to take a super dedicated team for that, and that is not looking good. Let's just throw in honey. It really doesn't matter. With only 2 ingredients, there's not going to be much difference with what we throw in. So not really concerned about it. Just something I have excess in. And that means that we're going to get about 21,876 strength from this Dream Eater Butter Curry. Almost level 40. We're getting close to the higher echelons of dishes. And then Victory Bell is, of course, off screen, but it should pop up on left or right. There it is, bottom left, +1. Very good. So it does seem to be working as intended. Another 550 strength gain for some reason. And that puts us at grade 2. Very good. Very good. And now we should have some more interesting sleep research. A couple of missions completed. What did we get? We got Snorlax to grade 2 for 1,300 Dream Shards and 367 of the favorite berries for 3 handy candies. Very good. Again, Dratini Incense for Master 3. Now I really want to get to Master 3 again, but I don't know how possible that is without the bonus from the cooking. We may, if we really want to get to Master 3, we may have to seriously invest in some berry gatherers, because I feel like for the ingredient specialists, they can't really go much further. They're providing me with all I need to make the dish, the strongest dish that I can reliably make. So the only way for me to improve my ranks is to vastly improve my gatherers. And I don't know that I want to do that because I'm not sure that outside of this primate, I'm not sure that they're worth investing in the long run. I did not mean to do that. I meant a long press. So I also don't have the candies to really invest in one. Nobody sends me Mankey candies. You'd think I'd have a lot more with how many Primeapes and Mankeys I've seen over the last couple weeks, but that's it, only 76. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else we could do outside of that, or finding a good Ralts and getting a Gardevoir on the team to kind of keep them at 100 or more energy per day. I don't know what else we could do for that. But that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, we are going to go ahead and jump into the Vulpix and Ninetails details. So if you do not want to be spoiled and you want to find those out on your own, then I'll see you later. Y'all have a good one. But let's go ahead and jump in and check and see what we've got from the data mine. Again, some of this is not set in stone. It's just guessing. But the guesses are fairly accurate. It may change a little bit, but usually they're relatively close. We do have for Vulpix, and I believe Ninetails as well. Yes, both snoozing, and it is a berry specialist, which is good because that means that we can try to hunt for more than just a Cyndaquil. If we can get a Vulpix for a berry specialist, even better. The only downside is that it only evolves once, so we don't get as much of a inventory increase. But for a berry specialist, if you're not collecting from it, that doesn't matter. However, due to the main skill of Energizing Cheer, which I don't think we've had on a berry specialist yet, so that's really interesting. And we have a berry specialist with Energizing Cheer, but they may have given us that skill to try to prompt us into collecting from berry specialists more and not let them just sit with the full inventory like I do with my Primeapes this week. But Energizing Cheer small, very good. That does restore a certain amount of energy to one random Pokemon on your team. Keep in mind, they did also just make the changes to Energizing Cheer so that it's more likely to affect the Pokemon with the lowest energy on the team. So Energizing Cheer is even better than it was before. So that's good. It is interesting that we're getting that. Let's move on. The ingredient rate is going to be about 20%, about 1 in 5, give or take. Again, not set in stone just yet, but probably pretty close to what the final number is going to be. Not worried about ingredient rates for a berry specialist as long as they're not too high. It's okay, but I think if we have a Vulpix with berry finding, you're probably going to be all right and not worried about it. Also, we don't know what the ingredients are going to be, so it's possible that those extra ingredients will just be a nice little bonus if it's a valuable ingredient that we actually want. As far as the skill trigger rate, it is quite low. Only a 1 in 50 chance of triggering, just shy of 2%. Again, not set in stone, could be a little bit different, but around the final number, most likely. So 2% skill trigger rate is going to be very low, which means that it's not going to be a main skill that you're really relying on to help keep your team energized. It's just something that when it does trigger, like, oh, yay, that's nice, but not going to be built around that. It also means that skill triggers or skill trigger sub-skills aren't going to be super beneficial to Vulpix simply because of the way they work with percentages. Adding 14% of 2% or of 2 is not much. It's only about, 0.31 or something like that. So it's not going to add much to the skill trigger rate. So if you don't get skill trigger sub-skills on your Vulpix, it's not really the end of the world. I wouldn't necessarily hunt for one. So that has skill trigger, I should say. I think Vulpix is going to be a really good berry gatherer. But ultimately, for the skill trigger, not that big a deal. But that may change when we look at Ninetails. If Ninetails has a significantly higher skill trigger rate, this may all change. But let's continue on. It is only going to take 5 hearts to bring a Vulpix home. Standard for a lot of base form Pokemon. The base inventory is 13, which is actually pretty good. And then, of course, not going to get much Research XP and Dream Shards for finding one, which suggests to me that it's going to be very easy to find one. And then you're going to get 5 candies for transferring it to the Professor. Pretty standard for a base form Pokemon. All right, we do see that it is going to take 80 candies and a Firestone to evolve one into a Ninetails. Sounds about right. It's typical for the Pokemon that evolve via elemental stones. We will be able to find it on green grass and Taup Hollow. Also, pretty standard for these base form Pokemon that aren't pseudo legendaries or anything like that. So on Greengrass Isle, it will start showing up at Grade 1, so not as easy as I thought it would be. I was thinking maybe Basic 4 or something like that, but Grade 1 is not hard to get to on Greengrass, so I guess it is still kind of easy. It's going to start showing up at Grade 1 for the 1-star sleep, 2-star sleep at Grade 5, and the 4-star sleep at Master 3. We actually do have looks like the Drowsy Power requirements for them as well. Yeah, so this should be fairly easy to find if you get a snoozing sleep style. It was snoozing, right? Yep, snoozing sleep style. Should be kind of easy to find one at Greengrass, outside of the fact that Greengrass is just inundated with all kinds of other spawns. So maybe something else will eat up that spawn that could have been a Vulpix. But if you want to narrow that spawn pool down and you want to hunt for a Vulpix, go to Taup Hollow. It first starts showing up at Basic 2, which pretty much day 1. Unless you just don't play the game, and even if you don't play the game, you might get enough sneaky snacking to push you into Basic 2 anyway. So Basic 2, very easy to find the 1-star sleep style, 2-star at Grade 1, 3-star at Ultra 2, and 4-star at Master 1. So it should be pretty easy to find a Vulpix on Taup Hollow if you get snoozing sleep style. I say that, now watch, it's going to be the hardest thing to find in the world. But at least now you know if you want to find a Vulpix, go to Taup Hollow. It's probably going to be a lot easier there. Almost certainly a lot easier. Well, let's go ahead and look at Ninetails for the differences and see if that skill trigger rate does increase. It does, ever so slightly. But again, these are not set in stone. It may be a little more, a little less. Never really know. But it will take 20 pips to take a Vulpix or a Ninetails home if you find one. To me, that is potentially worth it, depending on how many sleep points you typically have built up and if you either already have a Firestone or are willing to spend the sleep points to get one. Then again, with the Raikou event, we did have a bundle. I forget which one exactly it was, but there was a bundle that had a Thunderstone in it. Or no, I think it might have been the Raikou research where you could exchange the Raikou mains. Had a Thunderstone in there. We'll probably do the same thing with Entei, where you can exchange the Entei mains for a Firestone. So you could get one that way, which means it'd be better to catch a Vulpix. But if you don't have a Firestone and you don't see yourself being able to get one anytime soon, it may be worth it to grab a Ninetails. It is a lot of investment in terms of biscuits, and you also don't get the benefit of your main skill leveling up by 1 for free because of the evolution. So it's a trade-off. Again, we're not really relying on this main skill, so it may be worth it to you to go ahead and just catch a Ninetails if you're not really worried about the main skill, and just when it triggers, it's like, that's nice, but I'm not worried about it. That said, the rest of it, pretty similar. Still not a lot of research XP or dream shards for finding the 1-star. Makes sense. Also, we get 10 candies for sending it to the professor. That's about typical. Everything else will be relatively the same. It will be easier to find on Taup Hollow than it is on Greengrass. That said, the 1-star on Greengrass is at Master 1, 2-star at Master 5, 4-star at Master 11, while at Taup Hollow, 1-star at Ultra 2, 2-star at Master 1, 3-star at Master 7, 4-star at Master 6. So it'll be roughly the same in terms of difficulty trying to find them on Greengrass and Taup Hollow. But again, Taup Hollow, restricted spawn pool, so it will be easier to find it in that regard because the spawn pool won't be flooded with a bunch of other Pokemon that are going to get in the way. So, that said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad they are berry specialists. That is a very good thing in my opinion because Cyndaquil just seems almost impossible to find. I've spent several weeks at Taup Hollow. I think my island bonus there is 40, 45%, something like that. And I've only found like 3 or 4 Cyndaquils that I've been able to take home. Granted, I probably did see some others that I wasn't able to catch because I was trying to catch other things. But when I was actively hunting Cyndaquils, I felt like I couldn't really find them. And I know there were a couple of comments from you guys saying that y'all were also having a hard time finding them as well. So the fact that we're getting another fire type berry specialist to me is a good thing, because even if it may not be as good as Cyndaquil, and I don't know if it is, I haven't compared the two to know for sure, but it's still nice to have one that's easier to find, because that means, hey, at least I can use a Vulpix. Even if Cyndaquil's better, at least I have a Vulpix in the meantime, which is better than no berry finder at all. So I think this is a good addition to the game. I think this is something that we could all use, especially with the Entei event coming up, especially given that Entei's main skill will probably work very similar to Raiko's, where it will benefit from having different species of fire types on your team. So this allows you to have 2 berries finders on your team and not have them both be Typhlosion or Quilava. So this is a good thing all around. I'm happy with it. I'm looking forward to going to catch one. Definitely going to be going to Top Hollow for Fire Week, as I'm sure most people probably are. You probably already figured that out. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. I'm happy about it. Let me know what you think about Vulpix and Ninetails in the comments below. Let me know if I missed something, or if I'm just not looking at this in the right way, because there's always the possibility that I am not looking at this from the right perspective. But that said, that is all I have got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes.